You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I got to tell you guys, this whole transgender in sports thing, man, is going to be the undoing of the left and the Democratic Party. Now, I think that Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, he sees the writing on the wall for the Democrats. He comes out on Charlie Kirk and he tries to, I guess you can say, moderate his position on having men and women's sports. But it wasn't good enough, guys. It was not good enough. And I believe that Gavin Newsom is a fraud because this man has remained silent on actual males competing in sports, women's sports, in his own state. He's said nothing. But he had Charlie Kirk on his podcast. I actually thought it was on Charlie Kirk's podcast, but no, this is Gavin Newsom's podcast. And believe it or not, that was actually his first interview, guys. And guess what happened? Oh boy, Gavin Newsom is under fire from the left. Yes, the left, man, they will eat their own. I'm loving every single minute of this, guys. Because the left and the Democrats, man, they are destroying themselves. I don't believe that Gavin Newsom is a dumb person. I really don't. But I do believe this man is a snake oil salesman. I really do. He was perfectly okay with the transgender invasion of women's sports until it became politically inconvenient. The polls are showing, guys, that like 80 to 90% of Americans don't want female sports. Gavin Newsom is not a dumb person. But also, this man is a con man. So he goes out there with Charlie Kirk, and I wouldn't even say he reverses his stance. He just said it's a matter of fairness. That was enough for the left. That is enough for the left, man. Now they are crushing Gavin Newsom, crushing him. So let's get into it. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, support us by becoming a channel member. Member live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We appreciate the support. So here we go. Right over here, guys. LGBTQ plus group blasts Gavin Newsom for abandoning trans athletes. Wow. You know what, guys? He should have never supported men and women's sports to begin with. Actually, he should have came out when this whole thing started happening and he should have said, no, this is not right. But Gavin Newsom didn't say a word. There's been a trans invasion in women's sports in his own state, and the man said nothing. He is definitely one of the most left-wing governors out there in the country. I mean, it's California, so is anybody really surprised? So just in case you guys didn't hear the clip, going to play it again right here. And he's confronted by Charlie Kirk, conservative on the right. And I'm willing to bet, guys, if he actually stood by it, I believe Charlie Kirk would have really destroyed him on this. But let's go ahead and listen.
So like you right now should come out and be like, you know what? The young man who's about to win the state championship in the long jump in female sports,
right.
that shouldn't happen. You as the governor should step out and say no.
No, and I appreciate.
But like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. So that's easy to call out, the unfairness of that. There's also a humility and a grace, that these poor people are more likely to commit suicide, have anxiety and depression. And the way that people talk down to vulnerable communities is an issue that I have a hard time with as well. So both things I can hold in my hand. How can we address this issue with the kind of decency that I think, is inherent in you, but not always expressed?
Yeah, that was enough to get Gavin Newsom canceled by the left. So right here it says the Human Rights Campaign had also endorsed Newsom for re-election in 2022, saying, quote, first as the mayor of San Francisco and now as the governor of California, he has been a tireless champion of equality for all Californians and a national leader in a fight to keep LGBTQ rights from being rolled back elsewhere. Now, however, the Human Rights Campaign is not impressed as local ABC affiliate KABC 7 reported, Newsom's statement quickly spurred the nation's largest LGBTQ plus civil rights group, the Human Rights Campaign, to send a warning shot across Newsom's bow in regard to a possible run for the presidency. The group released a statement that reads in part, quote, "The path to 2028 isn't paved with the betrayal of vulnerable communities. It's built on the courage to stand up for what's right and do the hard work to actually help the American people." Oh boy, man. Look here. Literally weeks ago, California institutions defied the Trump administration's ban on transgender athletes. The state and the governor in particular have also pushed back against local school districts that want parents to be notified if children express a desire to change genders. Newsom even signed legislation banning such notifications last year. Yeah. Gavin Newsom is a left-wing extremist, folks, but like I said, he's not dumb. He knows, man, that what's going on in California is not popular nationally. Honestly, I don't even think it's popular even in California among everyday people. I really don't. But in California, you got your vote blue no matter who people, and that's a problem. Now, also right here, check this out. Newsom condemned for throwing trans people under bus after sports comment. Now, this particular comment right here comes from California Assembly member Chris Ward and Senator Caroline Menavor. I believe that's where you pronounce the name. This is what they said. Quote, "We woke up profoundly sickened and frustrated by these remarks. All students deserve the academic and health benefits of sports activity, and until Donald Trump began obsessing about it, playing on a team consistent with one's gender has not been a problem since the standard was passed in 2013. California law has long protected trans youth's rights to participate in school activities that match their gender." Does it make it right, though? It doesn't make it right. Right here also, the governor's remarks also earned him scorn from national LGBTQ plus rights leaders, with Human Rights Campaign President Kelly Robinson saying in a statement, "History doesn't remember those who waver. It remembers those who refuse to back down." Yeah, Gavin Newsom, man, is getting canceled. It's getting canceled, guys. And you know what? The left and Democrats, man, are so extreme on this issue, man, that even, I would say, left-leaning Republicans know better. They're not down with this stuff. I told you guys, man, when it came to the Senate, actually, there was a majority that actually passed that bill to actually ban transgenders from female sports. But the filibuster was in place, needed 60 votes, and 51 Republicans voted for it, but 45 Democrats did not. Every single Democrat did not vote. Even Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, two left-wing Republicans, voted for it. Now look at even Geraldo Rivera, man, who has definitely got into it a lot with Dan Bongino, a left-wing Republican here, is not even down with transgenders and female sports. This is what he put out here. On the first edition of his new podcast, California Governor Gavin Newsom became the most prominent Democrat to say he opposes transgender women competing in female sports. That's not exactly what he said, but anyway, quote, "It's an issue of fairness," he said, in a reasonable but rare statement for a national Democrat. Newsom joins famed transgender Olympian Caitlyn Bruce Jenner in saying out loud what most believe: athletes should compete in the biological sense in which they were born. This is not a close call. The distorted results when transgender women compete against biological females makes this issue undeniable. Democrats got their asses pummeled because the progressive wing of the party showed contempt for American public opinion. Trump won the election in 2024 with the slogan, "Kamala is for they, them. President Trump is for you. God bless. You can be whoever you say you are. You just can't compete as a woman unless you were born one." That is coming from Geraldo, guys. Geraldo right there. Boy, Gavin Newsom, man, he probably only said this because we knew he was going to be running for president in 2028. And also probably to say the Democratic Party, man, because this issue right here is going to destroy the Democrats, among other things as well. They got a whole bunch of problems, guys. But what do you guys make of this here, man? The left coming to cancel Gavin Newsom. Oh boy, he deviated slightly from the woke left agenda, slightly. And then you know it's over for him. So, gonna leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.